It's Super StarCraft Bros.
Diamond Friday.
Sound is disabled.
And enabled.
Totally, yo.
It's for all of you who don't like sound, but like it at the same time.
Weird.
No Rush 20.
Oh, hell no. It's not really No Rush 20, is it?
I haven't watched this game.
Oh, dear God, I don't know. Well, at least they're in good spirit about it. Alright, so we have a red versus blue, so this means this is on the ladder. It looks
Or
like...
is it?
Are we in Entombed Valley? Yes, we are. And Iron Sparks! Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Jay.
And Iron Sparks! How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Jay?
I'm just tired. And it's cold. It's not snowing like up in the northeast part of the country, but I'm a desert rat.
It'll be okay.
No, it's not. It's gonna be like just gonna be like 50 degrees tomorrow.
It'll be okay.
I'm not leaving the house.
Okay.
I'm not going outside. So Iron Sparks, who are you rooting for in the football games on Sunday?
Patriots.
Good job. Good job. Alright, who's playing? Go ahead.
In our bottom left corner, we have our red Protoss Sghose.
Sergeant Hose. Alright, gotcha.
And in the top right corner, we have DrSzSoLdIeR.
Sergeant and Soldier.
Terran.
Alright, TVP.
Yep.
Which naturally means I'm rooting for the Terran, even though he has that annoying capital, not capital spelling going on.
Well, you know, it's all the rage.
Yeah. No, it's
10 years ago.
Alright, so let's see. Gateway on the field for Sghose. Sorry, yawned. Had to do something. And Soldier is
Fast expanding.
very fast expanding. No barracks or anything at all.
Well, you know, he figures it's a large map. I say this every single time, so it's safe to expand.
Yeah, they are.
And most players are doing it.
Yeah, it's a good call. I mean, you're definitely going to see that at the higher level. Probe getting harassment and going to get into a fight with this SCV, but this other...
I really think this is a sign of higher level play.
Harassing with the probe?
No, pulling the worker making the building off and pulling another one back so that even if it does die, you have a full health still building the building.
Yeah.
I only really see that in a higher level gameplay.
Yeah. Because I mean, especially for Protoss, it's always a good call to harass the Terran building SCV. It can definitely delay that command center or any other building from going up. And it looks like we have two fast assimilators from Sergeant, and Cybernetics Core is down now, so he's going to be in a pretty good position, especially when that Nexus gets up.
I think he might try to get some stalkers out pretty quick, because he knows he might be able to do a little bit of damage since there's not going to be as many Marines as there would normally, as well as Marauders.
Yeah. And that command center is just about to finish for Soldier, and his orbital command has started at his main, and there are 2 racks down now, and they're going to be pumping out some Marines to make up for that lost Marine creation time. And there is a bunker down at that ramp. Good position. It'll help protect both the natural and anything heading up to the main.
You know what this map guy reminds me of?
Are you gonna say the X-Men symbol?
Yeah.
I think we've said it before. Either that or I'm just psychic.
I
Zealot on the field for Sergeant.
And we do have Warp Gate started and a Sentry on the way, so I was wrong about those stalkers.
Nope, gonna play it a little bit more conservative, and it does look like this Zealot is gonna make his way up to the watchtower to grab some vision in the center. Oh no, he's gonna head back to this Marine who is doing some scouting. Seeing if there is maybe just a chance there's a third, which is kind of an odd.
And he might be able to just leave it here and prevent a third from ever coming up.
True. Yep, he'll be able to just shoot that probe down before it gets to Nexus.
You know, speaking of thirds,
holy ninja expand at the 6-minute mark. Seriously? Wow.
Well, he really sees there's nothing coming. I mean, he has vision of the middle. The only thing he has to worry about is if Hose decides to come this way.
You know, that's actually a really good call against Protoss, especially as Terran. If you can have one more base than your Protoss opponent, a Terran player is definitely going to be in a much better situation. It just comes down to Terran units not being as strong as Protoss units, so you really have to have that economy to rebuild your armies in case you lose them to, you know, all the Colossus beams or good force fields or stuff like that.
And you know, speaking of Colossus beams, I have a very good feeling that we're going to be seeing those since we do see a 3-gate robo, getting that forge out, getting the upgrades out, getting armor upgrade to counteract that extra DPS Terran has, but I really expect him to throw down a robo facility, robo bay.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a great call. Maybe he'll get an observer out first from that robo, and then kind of do some scouting. And that's amazing that Soldier has already taken a Ninja third, and morphing it into a orbital, so he's not even really worrying and morphing it into a planetary.
Well, I don't think it's expecting it to be spotted. I mean,
no, but
he knows his opponent already knows where he is.
The observer is on the way for Sergeant, and the sentries, and those 2 zealots are just zapping away at the rocks. And factory finishing for Soldier, so with Stim on the way, we're probably going to see medvacs because he does have that starport and reactor coming. And there is your Colossus tech.
Yeah, so probably going to see pretty standard builds from both, you know, MMM from the Terran, Colossus build up from the Protoss. It'll just come down to who is a greater force when they decide to clash.
Yeah, I mean, both players are sitting fairly low on supply right now because they have been focusing on their macro. And here comes that Marine spotting the timing of the third.
But these Zealots will be able to easily take it out, you know, slash cut.
Yeah, that hurts.
And you know, speaking of slash cut,
there's that observer heading in.
But there's a development from Blizzard today.
Oh, there was?
About a feature that's going to be available in the new StarCraft patch.
Sweet. Oh, actual StarCraft or beta?
Actual StarCraft, I believe.
Alright, I know nothing about this. Iron Sparks, what is it?
Holy
sharks.
Regional play.
Regional play?
Yeah, you can play in any region now for free.
Really? You don't have to like recreate a account and everything?
No, it'll just when you go to log in, you'll be able to select the region.
Isn't that how StarCraft 1 was?
Yeah.
So should we play on the Korean ladder?
No.
We can't survive the North American one. Why would we play on the Korean one?
Holy
production tab, Soldier. Slow down.
But it is interesting because now if you have friends that live in Europe or Korea or anywhere like that, you can just play with them.
That's wrong.
Well, I mean, like, you don't have to go and buy StarCraft again just to...
Yeah, you don't have to buy a separate account and key and all that. So that's really cool. That's a cool move by Blizzard. I like that. It's going to make a lot of pros mad that now they have like 5 accounts and now they'll be like, hey, what the hell?
And each account per region is going to be separate.
Separate ladder and all that type?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see. So we have everything going on the way. Soldier has armor upgrade, attack level 1 upgrade for his 3M army. He's got aerial attack upgrade, which is going to do great against the Colossus. He gets that scan on there, sees the Colossus tech, see the buildup of the gateway units, so he's going to know what's going on. So Viking production will continue. And he's actually throwing down another starport, Iron Sparks, to probably pump out more medvacs and Vikings at the same time.
Yeah, I think he'll really focus this one on the Vikings as who he can start getting those medvacs out, because he's really going to need it, especially with all the splash that's going to be coming from this Colossus.
Yeah, and that's definitely the thing as a Terran player is, you know, a lot of times we'll only be able to afford to produce off of one starport, so you really have to decide, am I going all medvac, am I going all Viking, or am I going to mix it up? But with 2 starports and this Ninja expand, he should have plenty of economic possibilities. He's going to need to throw down those gas, which he's doing right now.
I mean,
and both players
are exactly even.
Yeah, I mean, they both have 3 bases. The only thing is Sergeant is not going to know that this third is up. Now that Observer is sitting over the natural of Soldier's base, and it's going to be able to see exactly what's going on there.
And speaking of ninjas...
Damn. Interesting. And it does look like Soldier's about to plop down a... No, it looks like he's just scouting for proxies.
Is this symbol on the combat shield?
Yeah.
That's neat.
It's always on the combat shield.
I never noticed that.
He's got the Iron Cross on. Which takes a ton of wins, so kudos to you, DrSzSoLdIeR.
Alright, so we got both players doing build up, and Sergeant finally moving out to the middle of the map.
Yeah, upgrades continue for... Ow, that's gotta hurt. Upgrades are continuing for Soldier. He has his +1/+1 going for his ground army, and he's got a good amount of Vikings. If you can get them in great position, it's I really think that if they were to engage now, that Soldier would have the upper hand.
Well, it really just depends on the positioning. I mean, if he's able to pull these Vikings around to where they're not getting hit by the Stalkers, they'll be able to take out these Colossus easily.
Do the Stalkers have blink?
No, there's no yes, there is a Twilight.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the Stalkers don't have blink. They're not going to be able to blink right underneath those Vikings quickly.
Though he does have charge upgraded, so he'll be able to take out a little bit of the Marines and
I mean, that'll definitely help
damage
against the concussive shells and even some of the DPS from, because they can get up to the units faster.
Well, there are no concussive shells.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Soldier, you need to get on that.
And Blink now is starting. What I really like to see from the Protoss player is a Templar Archives.
Yeah, high temps are going to be...
Speaking of which...
How'd you do that?
I'm psychic.
Ghost Academy going down, though, so they have the... Literally at the same time, Soldier is throwing down the counter. Here we have it. The army is a little split up. Colossus goes down. We have the stimmed bio armies. They are retreating back, but the Vikings are tearing through the Colossus. The Colossus are now down.
Yeah, just a really bad positioning when they first engaged. One Colossus getting picked off for free pretty much, and it just spelled trouble for the Protoss all the way.
You know, there are a ton of Marauders down on the field. They are just wreaking havoc. They really need concussive shells to slow down these retreating Stalkers. And the supply count has drastically dipped for Sergeant Hose. And Soldier has taken the lead and in the game now with that. And the Stalkers, though, are sitting dangerously close to that ninja expand.
Yeah, if he would just forced a little bit further, he would have found it.
Yep. It does look like that Soldier is deciding to push out. He has his +2 weapons and armor finished for his bio army. And it looks like the Mobius reactor for the Ghost is on the way, so he'll have those anti-high temp spellcasters. And here we go. He is picking some of the pylons down. It's not really going to do too much. He is going to engage his Protoss army in a little bit of a choke.
You know, the more fortunate part is that these Colossus are farther away from the Vikings. They're not going to get much damage, and they're easily going to be able to take out this bio armory because of the meat shield they have in front of them.
Well, you know, the Stalkers wrapped around to try... Oh, that center step is beautiful. Those Stalkers wrapped around to try and get a surround on this Terran army, and then the reinforcements came for Soldier and just wiped them out. The stutter step is beautiful. It's so beautiful.
It's okay. Let's see, this third will be easily taken out. Probably seeing him march straight into the natural as well.
No, he's gonna moonwalk into the natural.
You can't do that. You can't.
Stutter step backwards.
I mean, fortunately, Hose does have this other base. However, he's not fully saturated on it, and he's not gonna be able to hold this. He's gonna lose his Robo, Twilight.
You know, he's not fully saturated, but look at how much minerals and gas that he's sitting on.
Yeah, but look at the production facilities all over here. These gateways aren't gonna be able to.
I think he knows that it's down there.
I think he has a feeling.
Did he have a scan or something earlier?
He did.
He did.
He momentarily walked into it, so he does see it. Going to be a drop, and there's nothing here to defend.
No, he does have plenty of warp gates there, so he'll be able to warp in maybe
but
around
dude, all these warps are off cycle.
Yeah, well, they're almost finished. There come a couple warps from the gates back at the main base, and it looks like he's going for the newest mining bases. There's a huge warp in of Zealots. But I actually think the placement of the buildings is actually going to hurt him.
Yeah, since these Marauders are tucked right in there, only one Zealot is able to attack at a time. I mean, now these Stalkers come, they could be able to do a little bit of damage as well as this Colossus.
He had the stim to try and do more damage to this Nexus, but his medvacs have no energy left.
I would really like to see a blink forward just to take these out, just so
they're not in the game. But I mean, they're currently out of energy, so I mean.
Still, I mean, but the thing is, he's not going to be able to get back here to defend.
No, and it does, Sergeant Hose does know this army's coming. He has Observer following Soldier's army. But here they come into the main, and it does look like... Wait. Soldier's throwing out the Manor GG. And it does look like Soldier's going to be able to take this. But Probes and Zealots from that Ninja Expand are coming up to try and do some damage. And Soldier's getting all up in his face. Watch the replay.
Just probably to point out that Ninja Expand, but still.
True. I mean, really, not knowing that expands there, you're definitely you're going to underestimate the Terran player. Now he did whittle down quite a bit of that. That blink forward right there is just sacrificing the Stalkers. And Sergeant Hose
decided to leave this game.
And it was his game, so there's no victory lap. Really, that first engagement, like I said, is if they were to engage. SoLdIeR got really lucky, caught the army kind of splitting itself apart.
Yeah, I mean he got a Colossus for free.
Yeah, you know, he got to pick off 4 Colossus, you know, with real no heavy loss. And yeah, leave a comment down below on how you think both players did.
Hit that like button.
Subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. Just like we'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button, like Iron Sparks just asked. And above all, we would really like is if you do all that and then send us one of your own replays, because we'd love to cast one of your games.
Yeah, it would be really our pleasure.
Yeah, and you send us the game. As long as this doesn't have a ton of bad manners, we will cast it for sure. And leave a comment down below if you're excited for that new patch update from Blizzard that allows you to jump into all the different regions of the globe for BattleNet. And anything else, Iron Sparks?
GG.
GG.